I mean, we was looking at your Facebook, and I can see you had a big throw, and I thought, it's good to see just the realness. We see all these glossy photos on people's
Right.
websites and all these, they're all suited and booted and looking all prepped and things. And it's, for me, I think in terms of building a real strong brand,
Right.
sometimes we've got to be transparent and we've got to be vulnerable, and just to
That's how
show
you
that kind
connect.
of, that's it. That's it. Well, how easy is it for you to do that?
Super easy. Probably too easy at times because I've gotten burned by being too friendly and too nice and too transparent. So I think, an even balance is good.
Yeah, yeah. And how do you maintain that balance? Obviously you're running these programs, you've got these clients, you've got these students, etc., on your coaching program. How do you maintain the balance between how much access to allow them and, kind of
Um,
keeping your own time and keeping those boundaries in place?
it goes back to having systems, knowing what you can tolerate and what you can't tolerate, knowing what you're willing to do and what you're willing not to do, know what
Yeah.
you're willing to sacrifice and what you're not willing to sacrifice. And that's for me has made it attainable. I know for a fact I only want to work 2 days a week, 3 days when I'm running the coaching program.
Hmm.
And I know a certain amount of money. Like we have this thing we call big money goal. And your big
Yeah.
money goal is how much money you want to make a year divided by 4 divided by 3. And that's how much money you got to come up with every month. So you got to ask yourself, what type of service am I going to have? Because if I want to
Mm.
make $100,000 a year, and that means I need to be making about $8,333 a month if I want to be technically correct, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to ask yourself, what kind of service can I sell to make that? And then it's
Mm.
going to also help you with your products and services because people say I want to make $100,000, but they got like a $10 program. I'm like, dude, that's not going to happen. Like, how many units
Mm.
do you have to sell to make $10,000? So
Yeah. Yeah. And again, for the viewer who's thinking, well, is it really that easy? Is it really that
uh,
easy?
uh, I believe it's very simple, but some people can make it challenging because they got this thing called ADHD, whatever that means. It means you can't
Mm.
focus, and
Mm.
that means you need to focus. You need to focus on one project at a time and only deploy projects based on you've done a trial, you've done a beta, it works. Push it
Mm.
out there. One of the things that I realized that kind of helped me scale was advertisement. Most people don't want to do advertisement. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you missing out. If you think you're gonna scale and be a big brand without putting money on the table, you need to go back and get your 9 to 5. And some people might say, well, I don't have a job or I don't have that kind of money or whatever. Man, if it means you can't have your Starbucks just to buy a $5 Facebook ad or a $10 Facebook ad, then do it.
Mm.
But I feel like don't have no excuses because what kind of business do you know make money without putting money in?
Yeah.
That goes back to investing into not just yourself but your business.
Yeah. And how important was that as well? I mean, you mentioned you enrolled on B School, you're involved in other coaching programs. I read on that same Facebook post about the amount of money you spent on books and personal development. How important is it for the wannabe entrepreneur, the potential entrepreneur, the existing entrepreneur to invest in themselves?
It's 100% required. It's not even optional, especially not in this day and time. And one of the biggest thing that I kind of do to kind of shut people up on this topic is I ask them, you know, how can you expect a client to pay you a certain amount of money when you won't even invest that in yourself?
Mm.
And then I dropped the mic and I walked away. So,
Boom.
right, yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But definitely, I think that's from my perspective as someone who offers a coaching service. Obviously, firstly, I had to be willing to invest in a coach myself. And
Mhm.
I find one of my jobs, going back to client education, is sharing the value and the return on investment that
Mhm.
invested in a coach will have. It's almost like convincing them and educating them that this is why it's important. I'm not just asking
Right.
you to pay just to spend an hour with me. This is what you're going to get from it, and these are the results. And I invested in a coach myself, and this is the benefits of having that type of service and that type of relationship.
Mhm. So,
Uh,
um, I think it's really one of those things where if I wanted to make $10,000, I need to be willing to spend that. I feel like you should be able to match whatever you're talking about. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
if you only can spend $2,000 yourself on a coach, then don't charge your services more than $2,000. And some people might say, well, no, why would you say that? You can. I feel like you should only ask for as far as you're willing to go, because you can't stretch somebody to go as far as a place you've never been. You know, I can't tell you to go try out this restaurant that is really good if I never been myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Because the steak's too expensive.
Right. Right. That steak, I know that steak is good. I never had it, but I know it's good. So go check it out. No, it's not gonna work like that.
Yeah. Yeah.